Hi guys, and welcome to Finish a Friday, episode 38. So here's the pieces we had from Wednesday. We have our card base. This one happens to be 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 to 4th, and this is in Bubble Bath. Then I have a layer of Very Vanilla 4 by 5 1/4. I have a layer of Moody Mauve, also 4 by 5 1/4. And I have two pieces here of cardstock. This one is Boho Blue at 2 1/4 by 3.5. And this is Very Vanilla again at 2 by 3 1/4. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp on these two pieces to kind of make them coordinate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my bubble bath. And I'm going to use this fabulous background from Irresistible Blooms. This is an online exclusive. I think it's still available. We did get yesterday a sneak peek of new online exclusives. So I don't know if that means this retires or if it will stay on there until it sells out. All right, so there is my bubble bath in that wonderful background look. So now I'm also going to clean it off. I'm just going to put a few of the Moody Mauve on there. I'm just going to do it lightly because Moody Mauve is a very strong color. So I don't want to, I'm not pressing really hard, as you can see. I'm just barely touching. It is a very strong color. All right, that's all I'm going to do with the Moody Mauve for now. Go ahead and clean that off. All right. I think it's almost time because that side is really dark. I think it's time to put this through the wash and see what it looks like. And if not, I have a new one waiting in the wings to come out. All right, so let's go ahead and put this layer down. Grab out my Stampin' Seal. Let's go ahead and put this on that bubble bath layer. Like that. We're going to take this and we're going to go ahead and tear this. I'm just going to kind of keep my thumb there so it doesn't go too crazy, but yet I want to tear a good chunk of it like that. Now, if you want this down a little bit more, you could trim it the 4th. I think I'm going to, I don't like how that looks. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at the same layer as the same size as this layer. All right, you can use then this one for another card. Then what I'm going to do is, let me grab my glue and my silicone mat. Thin bead of glue right along that edge. I'm not doing a lot, as you can see, just really a light. Oh, there, I think getting down near the edge. See how it's getting kind of watery? So I'm just going to move that glue down like that. And hopefully, all right, that one might be done. Let me grab out another one. There we go. I'm really worried now that that's not going to do what I wanted to do now. So what I have here, hopefully, it's more glue than water. I'm going to put that on there for now. I'm going to bring out my, let me put this over here, just so I don't get glue on the surface. I'm going to bring out, this is an old case of, a wooden case from the old days. I'm going to lay this in there and see how I have gold scraps in here. I'm going to place them over this. Now, when you get out this gold, you want to make sure that you don't have an overhead fan going. You want to make sure you don't try to sneeze. I'm really hoping that's more glue than water. We'll know in a second. If it comes right off, we'll know that it was more water than glue. In that case, I'll use the other half that was torn off and go from there. So all I'm doing is laying these glue pieces, or these gold pieces, down over the glue. Try not to get too much of it on my fingers. Okay, I'm going to cover this back up. And then I have a finger dauber. I'm going to push that into the glue. Oh, see, I'm afraid that's a little bit more water than glue over there. It might be, shoot. Didn't think the glue was that low. Yeah, that was more glue. You can see down here where the glue actually is, it's sticking. Do you see how where it was more water, it's not? That sucks. Let me go ahead and try this again. It really stinks. All right. So I'm going to try getting now I will show you, shoot, I touched the glue, now it's going to be stuck on my fingers. Oh my gosh, you need to be very, very careful with some of these pieces. See how that piece is really long? You know what, and I'm going to let it sit for a little bit, because I feel like I'm going to have to go wash my hands. All right, let me see if I can get a lot of that glue off. I'm going to cover this up because we don't need that blowing all over the place. All right. Oh, I don't know how long my camera was. All right, so let's try this again. Let's see. I'm going to use the side of this to push into that glue. Oh, it's still not working. All right, guys, this is upsetting me a little bit because it worked yesterday, but of course I didn't have a bead of glue. I had it as I brushed it on. Let me see if I can find that piece. See how that piece was? This I had actually brushed on the glue with a sponge. So maybe it works better when it's not as solid. All right, let's look here. It might be enough of a look that will be okay. You also can use your heat and stick. I think we still carry it. I'd have to look. That would also work. And maybe if I had used the fine tip glue, it would have worked a little bit better. But good enough. We'll let that dry a little bit. I'm going to take out another, you know what, I'll use the edge of this sponge maybe. All right. We'll leave it the way it is. All right, so let's go ahead and put our adhesive down. All right. Let me see, I'm trying to find under my bone folders here. I have what I used to use for class. These are one of those cooking places. They're pan scrapers, and it works really good to remove things, and it also works good to actually burnish a card if you don't have a bone folder. All right, let's put that over here. Let's go ahead, get our saying. I'm going to do this in Magenta Black. I'm going to do this beautiful thank you. Trying to see if I have a block out already. I don't think I do. That way, I'll peel that off. And then let's go ahead and pop that up. These dimensionals from the paper pumpkin, just the backing wants to come off before the dimensional does. See how I just bent it in half that way? I have that leading edge. All right. All right. And let's go ahead and put it right there. We can add a few embellishments. I have to remember the embellishments now. I'll have them way over there. That's not good. And I'm thinking, let's see. I'm thinking I need something a little more gold. So I have the brass butterflies. Oh, here. These will look good. These are the pastel adhesive backed gems or sequins. Sorry. Do I have one that's open already? No. Let me make that slit down the side so I can slide it out. Probably do have one open somewhere. I just don't know where. All right. Let's go ahead and play up on that gold. Those two stuck together. There we go. So then I used the gold and the, I think that looks like Bubble Bath, but I think it came around before Bubble Bath. Yeah, it doesn't tell us what color. All right, but it looks like Bubble Bath, so that's what we're going with. All right, let me go ahead and put this off to the side here. There is the card then for today. All right, the inspiration came from actually a couple of cards. Got in swaps way back in the day. Had this one, and I had this one. So that's kind of where I got that inspiration from. The two others I made yesterday, you have that with that retired DSP. I did not put that second layer underneath there. Instead, I brushed this with the white stamp pad, and then I took my Versamark re-inker and just made little dots. And here's this one. Oh no, there, my camera was stuck, sorry. And then there's this one with that marbling paper. Mimicked it with from the artistically inked background. And so there's that one. All right, guys, thanks for joining me on Finish It Friday. Have a great Friday, and we'll see you this weekend.